Hey guys, how you
Hey,
doing?
how you doing, boys and girls?
We are, of course, What to Watch, Bro. Okay.
We're back,
Um,
people. We're back.
we are back, yes, and we have plenty of things to talk about. What I want to say is that I'm really sorry that all these things are happening. I would never imagine myself bad mouthing Disney. Um, Even as a kid, I've always dreamt of going to Disney World, Disneyland. It was the place where you would have fun. As a kid, I watched all the movies, all the cartoons. And when Star Wars came out, of course, it wasn't then by Disney. I was very happy. It was a place where you got to live adventures far from our imagination. And then Star Wars was sold to Disney. And to tell you the truth, when that happened, I said, wow, it opens up a lot of possibilities. First of all, Disney has a lot of money. So why won't they want to make more money? So they're probably going to create a lot of good things.
Films. Yeah.
And instead of that, we got, first of all, the sequels, the movies. We got the 7, 8, and 9. I don't consider
Ah,
them to be
God.
Star Wars, to tell you the truth.
This is canon Star Wars, actually.
Yeah, okay. I would say this is garbage Star Wars. Um, and then we got some cartoons. Okay, we got the Clone Wars. Clone Wars was
we
very good. Okay, this
we
was
got the
good.
Rogue One. We got the Rogue One,
We got the
which was
movie
really
Rogue
good.
One. Yes, that was awesome. Actually, when we got Rogue One, I told myself, yeah, okay, they know what they're doing. They're going to continue, and they're going to come out with really good films.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Everybody was happy
Uh,
with Rogue One. Nobody cared that it was a woman, a girl, whatever, because that's another thing that we need to talk about.
discuss. Yeah.
For some reason, people believe that men are against women in Star Wars, and that is not true. How many of us said something derogatory about Princess Leia? I can't remember one person saying something derogatory. Everybody was
Actually,
happy.
that's not the problem. The problem actually was that the CEO of Disney Star Wars, our beloved Kathleen Kennedy, believed that in Star Wars movies there weren't plenty of women there, and there are more male characters than female characters. And she found it very odd that it was something that was happening throughout all these years. So she wanted to actually make a change, and that change was a wrong change. Actually, it was a big mistake.
Yes, it was a big mistake. I agree with you. The problem is that even George Lucas said that you cannot just, put pants on someone and turn them into a
No,
leader.
true.
Okay. Uh, when you saw Princess Leia, you really felt that she had these leadership qualities because when you saw her, you said, yes, this is somebody that I will follow. This is a person that knows what they're doing. You never thought, oh, she's doing something because she wants to show that she is a powerful woman. Nobody cared about these things.
On the other
People,
hand, if you take a look at Ray Skywalker, not Ray Palpatine, sorry, not Skywalker. Her real surname is Palpatine,
but she believes that she is a Skywalker.
but she believes, yeah, that she was adopted by Luke and Leia,
Okay.
two siblings. Uh, well, this card has not. She doesn't have a start and an end, regarding the plot of her character, and that's a big problem for them. Actually, when they started to introduce us to Ray before she during the midst of the number seven, where she knew how to use the force and all the stuff. It was okay. It was a nice, they were trying to build her character.
In the first,
Afterwards, yeah. But afterwards, when she uses this trick to get off the chains that she was locked in by a stormtrooper, I think that they screw this thing up. After this
true.
scene, the downgrade started.
Yes.
That's
The thing
that's the
is,
start. That's the turning point, actually.
that's the thing. Nobody cared that in the beginning she was force sensitive. You could be force sensitive, and it's fine. The problem is, though, that if you show that you are so strong, there is nothing for us to wait to happen. We're not in any anticipation. We're just sitting there and saying, okay, yeah, she's probably going to get away with this, and she's going to probably go get away with that. Let me show you the differences. Okay, we have Rey Skywalker, okay, who has never been trained. She is force sensitive. And then we have Luke Skywalker. Okay, now, Luke Skywalker is this boy, farm boy. Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi finds out that he is force
He
sensitive.
can use the force. Yeah.
Okay, we can see him in the Millennium Falcon taking his first steps into the force, where he's wearing the helmet and he's trying, to get to this ball that keeps on hitting him with the lasers. It keeps on hitting him again and again. Okay, so we see somebody who actually fails. We see Luke. We don't see Luke using the force apart from the time where he is in his X-Wing and he listens to Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice and tells him to trust in himself and in the force. And he just pushes the button and the torpedoes, and they hit the Death Star and it blows up. And that's how we find it. In the second one, we see that Luke trains with Yoda. We don't see him that he is this powerful Jedi who can lift up those AT-AT, in the air and crush them and do whatever.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
when he fights Vader, he loses his hand. It shows us that it was a mistake for him to go against Vader and not listen to Yoda and train harder and do whatever, because when he actually goes and he faces his father, okay, I'm not going to say spoiler alert, because if somebody doesn't know that, I'm really sorry for you. He loses. He loses
the first time.
badly. Okay,
And he learns from his mistake.
That's right. So we can associate with his character because we feel for him. Then in Return of the Jedi, you can hear this. The title says Return of the Jedi.
The Jedi.
So this means that Luke trained.
He returned more mature.
That's right. We don't get to see it, but Luke built his own lightsaber. And when a Jedi is able to build his own lightsaber, that's when he is thought to be ready for the trials in order to become a Jedi Master.
Exactly.
We see him going back because he had promised to Yoda, I'll be back. Well, not like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. Okay? He comes back. And Yoda says, you don't need any more training. You've trained yourself enough. You're okay. Maybe you're not that super master, Jedi master, but still. Now, let's go to Rey. Okay, and let's continue with that. In the final, he fights Vader. Okay, he eliminates the Emperor. So we can actually see him that he has progressed as a character. And we are happy when all this happens. With Rey.
That's a closer, actually. With
That's
Rey.
right.
Well,
yes. With
Let me just
Ray,
start with Ray.
yes,
She just
okay.
appears. In the first film, she just appears out of nowhere. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything about her, where she came from, or her parents, and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We do understand that, as you said before, she's a force sensitive, which is fine,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine, which is fine. Suddenly, out of the blue, she visits a canteen, and when she touches Anakin's uh, lightsaber, she feels something like there is a connection or something. Okay, that's good. Maybe she's, she's a bastard kid of Darth Vader when he was, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, yeah, okay. Or she's one of his granddaughters or something. It's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, because a lot of people
Okay.
kept thinking of that.
Yeah, and this is a scene that hasn't been, it didn't have a continuation in number
Nothing,
seven, in number eight, number
nothing
nine.
whatsoever.
Nothing, nothing.
Yes,
And it was a nice scene. Come on, it was good.
it was a
It
good
has something.
scene, but it had nothing to give you. Okay, like if they just showed us Luke, okay, they showed us Luke, and they didn't show us Ray falling or whatever, tumbling and everything, because then everybody thought that something she was connected to Luke Skywalker.
Hmm.
And then we find out that she was never connected to Luke Skywalker. So there was no reason. Actually, what we should have seen is the laughter of the Emperor.
Yeah.
We should have seen blasting, we should have seen,
You know why we haven't seen them? Because they had no idea how to connect her with the Emperor. That's the
that's true.
problem.
That's true.
So afterwards, she got captured by Kylo Ren or by Ben Solo. And while she was captured, she learned how to use the Force, how to persuade someone to do whatever she likes. So I think this is the turning point of the downgrade of this whole new trilogy. Because
Well,
afterwards, it seems that she learned everything by the blink of an eye or something.
true. The thing is, like, you're not trained. Luke Skywalker trains you for just telling you a few things about the Force, and that means
Hmm.
you're trained. And she takes the lightsaber and she just goes wing wang 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 a couple of times, and she cuts a big boulder in half. That's not training. Okay, I would have liked to have seen her trained by Luke. I would have liked to have seen Luke and herself and Ray go and fight Snoke. They could have
Listen,
kept Snoke as the bad guy
alive. Yeah. True
alive.
that.
They could have kept Snoke with Kylo Ren. Luke could have disformed Kylo Ren. That's now why Kylo Ren hates Luke.
Luke Skywalker.
Now there is a reason for him to wear a menacing mask if you want to hide this and actually make it like really from the baby mask that he used to wear to something really, really, spooky, something that would really get you to say, "Oh my God," and not this crybaby. They wouldn't have to kill Han Solo just because he came close to his son and his son just kills him.
No, wait. Okay, they kill him on episode 7, but it doesn't has any impact on the next 2 episodes.
No, it
It doesn't have
doesn't.
any impact.
It doesn't.
It was
But
pointless.
it
Just kill
wasn't.
him
There was
right
no
away.
reason. There was no reason for him to die. That's what I'm going
True.
to say.
That's true.
If they
Yeah.
killed Han Solo in battle, everyone would have cheered. Like he would go and he would say, "Okay, I'm sacrificing myself and destroy a couple of, those big Death Star things,
Or
whatever."
something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the Star Destroyer. Sorry. Uh, Everybody would cheer. Everybody would cheer for that. He went. He had a hero's death. This was a crappy death. I'm just gonna stab
What's
you.
the next problem? What's the next
Okay.
problem? I think the next problem was that the whole story, its duration actually, it only lasts for 3 weeks, 1 month, and
Very
you see
close.
that the rest of the trilogies, the previous trilogies were like the gap between the one to the other during the films was years.
Years and years.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so how Ray did manage to gain all those skills and all those
that's
powers
right.
in just 3 nights? What, she's like, she's Jesus or
She,
something? Come
she,
on.
she's God. Yes, yes,
You know, they try to portray her as the chosen one, but
yes.
we
That's
see
what
the
they
chosen
did.
one. It was Anakin.
That's
There
it.
was no other chosen one.
That's it. So that's what I'm saying is that Disney always took a crap on whatever happened before. And that's what you
Hmm.
don't do. Like, if you want any kind of franchise to be successful, the first thing that you have to do is respect what came before you. Always. Now, how I
Here's
would
the
have made the
problem:
movie, I would have said that I would bring again the three.
the
I
old,
would bring
yeah, the
Leia.
OG.
I would bring, that's right, I would bring Luke, and I would bring Han Solo. I would make Ray, I would make Ray maybe a cousin, okay? Somebody who's in distress, and I would ask, Leia would ask help from Luke, and Luke would probably say, "Can't you get help from your husband?" And she would say, "Well, we are in divorce or something, or we're not talking to each other."
I have a
And
counter
right
proposal
away.
regarding Ray.
Okay.
I did like that, you know, since her ancestors are the Palpatines. I did like that,
Okay.
and she may have been created as she may is a clone via the DNA of Darth Vader, Sidious, and you know her parents or something. That's good. That's good. And she's deep down. She has deep down a dark force with her, but they could have discovered this whole thing during the second film. Like the first film, we introduced Ray, and she's fine, and you know she's a force sensitive, and we have to take care of her. But sometimes Ray has those nightmares and those feelings that she can't explain, and there is not such a great master like Yoda. Okay, Luke may be absent, so Leia can assist her how to help her, and there's gonna probably be a big event that she'll turn to the dark side on the second film or on the midst of the second film, and then on the third film, you know, she discovers that she's a Palpatine and that she has a purpose and that she has to fulfill this purpose. And then Luke appears, and there is a duel between those two, and not Kylo Ren and not Ben Solo. Ben Solo has to be a secondary character, I think.
Okay. I'm going to
And
disagree with
and
you.
and by the end of episode 9, for example, Luke died, and then Kylo Ren takes the charge with some other Jedi's or something. I don't know. And Rey
Okay.
dies too.
If you wanted to do that, okay, they wanted for the first time to have a female character to be the lead character. Okay.
Uh,
So they had to have Ray. Okay. I'm going to say this that if you want this recipe to work correctly, okay, you have to, in the beginning, to say that Kylo was the good guy. You didn't.
yeah.
So Ray was the good guy. Okay, Ray has to have, if you're going to use the original characters, Ray has to have some kind of connection to them. If they don't, if she doesn't have a connection to them, you say, okay, so why do I care about Ray? She just came into the story.
No,
If
yeah,
she
you're right
has a
about that.
connection to the story, then you start caring about her. Because she could have been Luke's niece. Okay? She could have been the kid, because they had like two kids. Okay? Ben Solo and the
Or she could
female
have
one.
been Obi-Wan's child, for example.
Or Obi-Wan's child. Okay, that was a little bit more
Yeah, it's
far-fetched
too
because
much. It's
how
too
old
much,
and
but
all
okay.
that. Okay, but it would have been better if they had done it this way, that they had lost their kid, and that's the reason why they got a divorce. Because Han Solo couldn't stand this. Okay, every time he looked at Leia, it reminded him of her. Okay. Now you are tying all these things together. Before, Ray is a character that we don't care about, right? To tell you the truth. Okay, I care more about Chewbacca. Like in the third film, when I saw Chewbacca and it exploded, and I'm like, oh my God, they killed Chewbacca. And then, no, Chewbacca is okay.
We were joking, guys. Come on.
They were
something like that.
They were playing with us the whole time. Every time they would give us like something that we would care about. C-3PO. I'm saying goodbye to my friends. Oh, okay, reset button. You have a backup. You remember everything. Come on, that's not right. Okay, so let's move away from these three films. We got The Mandalorian. The first two seasons were aces. I was very happy.
Awesome. Do you remember when we first saw the first episodes of Mandalorian?
We went bananas. I couldn't believe it.
We couldn't wait for the next episode to come out.
That's right.
That's success, actually. That's success for me.
That's right. And then, of course, came season 3, and we were like, why? Why? Why do you go from showing us Luke Skywalker taking a Grogu with him, and then in season 3, you give him back? Here you go, take him. He doesn't want to be trained.
He's yours. He's yours.
Come on, and then the rest of it was like, it was like it didn't belong. Of course it didn't belong, because it had Bo-Katan. Now she's the Mandalorian. So, because they called it the Mandalorian, it means that any kind of thing, whatever happened with Mandalorians, it was okay. Anyhow, we go away from that, okay? The Bad Batch, okay? It was good. Towards the end, it started slacking. It started, I don't know, I didn't like it that much. It was good, though. It was good.
Even the last episode had a great closure, actually.
It did.
It has a closure. It has a closure. It didn't give us hope or something.
Yes.
Okay, guys, that's it.
True.
And it wasn't something that exaggerated by the ending, okay?
True.
It wasn't Clone Wars or Rebels. No, Rebels by the means of Rebels, but it was a real nice show.
Okay. Now, then we're given Ahsoka.
And Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, only a few episodes where he fights Darth Vader. I was like, okay, at least we got a fight. It's so silly that we need to actually say we love the series because there was a fight. And then we get the Acolyte. Okay. I have to say this. The first second where I see Saul, and he's got this belt. Okay, look at this. He's got a belt, and it's right up here. And I'm like, wow, who thought of these? These belts are like this thick. Why?
Those belts came from the comics. Those comics were published in 2021.
I know. But when you put something into film, you see it and you say, this looks awful. Or they've got these capes and they look like tablecloths. Really, they look like tablecloths. After that, I'm not talking yet about the story, okay?
No. I'm
looking at them. I'm just looking at them. Okay.
And it's like a fan fiction film.
And I'm looking at worse than a fan fiction film. And I'm looking at them. I'm looking at these characters. I see the guy with the braided hairs. I look at the one with the horns. I liked her. I thought she was okay, Jamie or something. I don't remember all the names. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Who remembers?
I see this Matrix Jedi in Dara. Okay.
We see Dara on the poster, and on the first episode, and that's it.
What I mean. We see her in the first one, and I said, "Oh, cool. Okay." I see the one that actually asks, "Where is she?" I thought this was really stupid. Why didn't she just walk in? She has to know where somebody is when you want to go and kill them. So she goes there, and she's like doing all these karate
Challenge
things.
me. Yeah, kung fu.
Yeah, and Indara dies. Although in the beginning she seems like she's so powerful, and she dies. She dies because this dagger hit her, which was like about this big. Okay. Anyhow.
Well,
I told myself.
Her heart.
Yeah, it pierced her heart. I told myself. Okay.
Let's give it a shot. One more.
All right, whatever. It looks a little cringy, but I'll go with it. Okay, I'll go with it. So
that's the mistake that I made too. That's the same mistake that I made.
I go to the second episode, and I'm like, okay, they're looking for this one. Okay.
She has a sister. She had a sister. She had a twin.
Yeah, she had the sister. The sister survives, although this ship crashes into the ground, everything, just because she was wearing her seatbelt. Okay, all right.
So
she survived.
Fasten your seatbelt, kids, while Dad is driving. That's the lesson here.
That's the lesson. Always wear your seatbelt. Okay. So she kills another Jedi, and she poisons him. She gives him a poison, and he takes the poison, and he drinks it. So now we have suicidal Jedis. I see a Jedi who looks so obese. I was like, how is this guy going to move? Okay, and he doesn't do anything really. Okay, so I guess we'll see him in a McDonald's or in a Burger King. Okay. And then we go to the episode 3, and we see the witches.
A flashback.
Okay. Now, I'm like, okay, so they're witches. Somebody told me that there might be lesbian witches. I was like, whatever. Okay, they're lesbian.
Who cares?
Nobody cares. And then I find out that they were able to manipulate the Force, and actually
the Force wasn't so called the Force. Actually, they didn't call it the Force.
They called it the thread, something like
that. The thread.
Yes, thread.
The thread.
Thread.
And what was their song? All in one for all, or something like that.
Yeah, no. That was it. I thought they were going to pull out their swords, you know. Oh,
yeah. It was like a Harry Potter film or something, you know.
Okay.
After episode 3, sorry, I would to interrupt you. After episode 3, it's like, okay, how far they can go with that? How they can screw this up? How much? Come on, there is no way that there is. That the barrel is deeper than episode 3. Come on. And
true.
They managed to do it too. You know, they dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
The more you would go and you would see this thing, you would see how ridiculous it is. First of all, May and Asha keep switching roles the whole time. Like it's like, okay, Nick, you will be good cop, I will be bad cop. No. You be good cop, I'll be bad. Okay. No. I'll be good cop. You be bad cop.
You will be bad cop. Exactly. It was Parent Trap all the way along.
Yeah, it was Parent Trap done in a stupid way though, because this is not how Parent Trap works. They do a switcheroo once and it's fine.
This is not a Disney film. It's a Star Wars film. But sorry, it's Disney Star Wars. So yes, it's a Disney film too.
So we see, first of all, that all the men Jedi are dumb. They always need guidance. Okay? They need guidance from the green-headed. I forget her name.
Actually, Vanessa or something. Actually, they're not dumb. They're arrogant. Because male characters are arrogant.
Arrogant, but they look dumb because whatever they always do stupid things. Always.
Do you remember this Padawan, the slim one? was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Master Renestra, yes, yes." You know, by
this is
watching
got
all the previous films and the animation film, you've never seen the Jedi. It was like, "Oh yes, yes, Master Yoda,
that's
yes."
it. Yes, that's it. That's why I say they look all so dumb. Okay, the women, they look composed. They think, they speak, like they say a few words. The guys are like silly. Soul.
Exactly.
Soul takes out a
Exactly.
lightsaber and he target practice with that moth thing, and he says, now it has become a part of the force. You know? The bad guy is the guy who actually walks all the time with May, the guy who produced the poison. And
Kimir.
come here, and he is now the bad guy, okay? And suddenly we see him, okay, I'm going to say that we saw some really nice lightsaber, but the problem with this is that all these Jedi walked, that's why I call them the Fellowship of the Jedi, and they walk and they go to a place and they all get killed.
Wait, one more problem. We'll discuss it later, but I was just wondering. So this Kimir was a student of this green girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Soul is, let's just say, at the same age as this green girl.
Yeah.
So Soul didn't recognize him at all?
I don't know. It seems
How?
that Soul cannot do a single thing right.
He didn't feel that he was a former Padawan or something, because sometimes he feels he's strong and he has the power and he can feel, and some other times those powers have been turned off like a switch.
Yeah, that's what
on,
it is.
on.
That's it.
Come on,
exactly.
that's
why
huge plot holes everywhere.
Plenty. For instance, we see that Asha starts a fire. No, sorry, May starts a fire.
May.
And that fire just moves everywhere. It's like everything starts blowing up. So all they had to do is like say, okay, we would like to destroy all this planet. No problem. Let's light up a match here with this book that's right here conveniently.
You know what? Why they were destroyed? Well, actually, they were destroyed because the whole construction was an old one. So they had old cables and stuff, and that's why everything got fired.
They didn't have any fire extinguishers, or they couldn't use the thread in order to put out the fire. Anyhow,
okay,
we're going to have to cut this a bit short. So let's just say a few things more because we have a couple of minutes more. What I would like to say is that it seems like Kathleen Kennedy, ever since she has taken over Lucasfilm, the only thing she has been able to create is disasters, one after the other. I don't know why they haven't canned her ass yet, because if I were Bob Iger, I would have said, goodbye, see you later, alligator, which means that probably she has something on her. Yes, this is like the only conclusion. And I'm telling myself, and I hope I'm not right, that maybe Steven Spielberg or George Lucas did something when they were young, But I know she used to bring him coffee. And from bringing coffee, she became a producer, and now she produces crap. And we have to watch all this crap, and we have to say, yes, thank you very much.
You're great, Kathleen. You're great. You're great.
Yes. Come October, her contract is supposed to end. So let's hope that this is the end of that. Anyhow, Nick,
about that.
We said some things. Okay. Let's hope that we have a lot more of these conversations.
Well, actually, tomorrow
audio too. You sound
good. Thank you. Well, actually, tomorrow I'll probably come by your office at night after 8:30.
Okay.
So we can make a video there.
Okay, that would be cool. Something. Okay, yeah, that would be great. All right. Of course, people, you can subscribe. You can hit the like, hit the notification bell.
And you can find us on Spotify too.
Yeah, that's true. On what channel?
What to watch, bro?
Yay!